Hey guys, I'm Justin.
I'm Leigh.
Together we own Horrorland Media, and it's yet again that time for another collection update, this time September 2025. Two really big stacks, two kind of medium-sized stack. So let's go ahead, roll the intro, and get right into it. We'll knock these out as quickly as we can. Let's roll that intro.
Welcome to Horrorland.
Alrighty, stack number one. Why are you looking at me that way?
Nothing. The biggest one we've had in a while.
It is, but at the same time, it is also one of the cheapest. We'll get into why here in just a minute. Well, really, these first ones that we're going to get into. So, one thing that I've kind of noticed while editing that I've never really noticed before is that I have been grouping things. I've never really noticed that, but I'll buy like collections of stuff, and I didn't really realize. Yeah, so anyways, if you guys will remember, I did a collection purge not too awful long ago, probably about a year ago, where I purged a lot of DVDs that had Blu-rays. I rebought the Blu-rays, and this time I decided there's so much great stuff that's trapped on DVD that's probably never going to see the light of day of a Blu-ray. So I just bought quite a few things that are kind of that way. The first couple though, the first one, I did not actually buy. For me in the beginning, I bought a collection this month when we went to Horror Hound. Got a small little haul from there, but in that was Halloween Night from the Asylum. This is one I've never really seen this. I've seen the cover, and it does kind of intrigue me, so I do look forward to checking that one out. Next up, another one that is just trapped on DVD is going to be Jolly Roger Massacre at Cutter's Cove. This is also from the Asylum. The Asylum, back in the day, the Asylum used to have some pretty good stuff, so we'll see. Let's swap these out, because I think, oh no, this one's not the Asylum, I thought it was. We have Miners Massacre here. Next up, Octopus 2. I've never seen Octopus 1, but Octopus 2 was like $3. So I bundled it with another thing. That is the thing with these. I've been ordering most of these off eBay. So I've been using some money that we've been making off some eBay sales. I'm purchasing these, and I've been trying to get them from like sellers. That way they'll bundle them and save me on the shipping.
So we're not watching Octopus 1 first?
I don't know. I'll have to find Octopus 1. I actually did look at it on eBay. It's like a $20 title though, so I don't know. I'll have to see maybe if I can stream it.
Probably not worth $20.
Probably not. I mean, but Octopus 2 was like $3, so I was like, hey, and the trailer looks cool, and I'm not 100% sure. A lot of those kinds of movies, they swapped hands so much that they're not made by the same company, they don't really lead off each other. So we'll see. I'll check it out first. These next several, though, are all from Screen Media. That was in early 2000s. In the mid to late 90s, you had the direct-to-VHS horror movies and the big boom, and then kind of as DVD came along, those kind of phased out, and then thanks to companies like Screen Media, you had direct to DVD, and that's what all these are. Some of these are not great. I've seen some I've never seen any of the ones that are in this particular stack, but I've seen other Screen Medias in the past. They're not great, but again, I wanted to get these, wanted to check them out. $3 or $4 that, if we don't like them, they'll go on my $5 stock for convention. So it is what it is. First up though is, what is this one? Severed. Pretty excited to check that one out. Next up, Hell's Gate 3. This was part of that collection that I bought. So actually, I did pay for this one, but for the price that the guy sold me the entire collection, it was basically like getting that one for free. The exact same thing with this one. This is Vampires. Exact same thing with this one. Was in that collection. Didn't really... I mean, I can't say that I didn't pay for it, because I did, but you know what I mean. Next up, another one, exact same way, Big Bad Wolf. I did actually buy this one off eBay. That is Spliced. The covers on these, I'm sure, are much better than the actual films. Next up, Blood Gnome. Screen Media was known for kind of low-budget independent, so we'll see. Evil Remains. And that's going to round out the Screen Media. Next up, went to Walmart. Of course, it's October. It's fixing to be into the Halloween spirit and everything. And I've had and sold these movies 1,000,001 times. They released them on DVD. I bought them, and then for whatever reason, they skyrocketed in price on eBay. So I sold them and bought myself a bootleg. And as I kind of get older, I don't mind bootlegs if they're good bootlegs, but the one that I have for these particular movies we're fixing to go over wasn't good. So Walmart had these for $10 a piece, so I picked up the Halloween Town franchise. So we do have Halloween Town 1, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. I love Halloween Town. Disney back in the 90s with their Halloween movies, fantastic. And I actually like these, so these will be fun to watch. And then we did get Halloween Town High. And then Return to Halloween Town. I did not care for it as much. They swapped the actress that played Marnie. It just wasn't as good. But we'll still get it. That's the only way I think, as of right now, you can get Halloween Town High. Next up, ton of wrestling is how we're going to end out this first stack here. This is Ring of Honor Year 6. I bought this basically for one match I've been looking for. It is the Nigel McGuinness Austin Aries Rising Above match. The rest of the matches on here I don't have on anything that I'm aware of, but the particular pay-per-view that match is on is like a $30 DVD. I got this entire 3-disc set with, I don't even know how many matches are on here, but it's a ton. I actually bought this brand new factory sealed for like $32. I had to open it because when it came it did have a loose disc, but the disc was not scratched, it was just loose. So I'm good with that, and I would like to have like Year 5 and stuff like that as well, but they're a little bit more expensive. Next up, my custom media guy out of the UK, Custom Media Home Video. We will go ahead and show off here the TNA 2-pack. This is Unbreakable and Rebellion from 2005, or from 2025, I'm so sorry. These are phenomenal sets. They are budget releases. TNA, their DVD distribution is crap. And so you may or may not get their pay-per-views. Most of what you're going to get is like Bound for Glory, Slammiversary. They're big, like 3 or 4 a year. He's doing everything, even their like TNA Plus subscription-only pay-per-views. Next up is actually a 3-pack because I think one of these was pretty short. But it's Under Siege, Against All Odds, and Border Brawl. And then next up, more TNA here. We have Slammiversary and Emergence. Again, I'm still backlogged. I haven't watched like all of the ones from the last package that I got from him, but he runs this big sale and he'll run it for like 3 or 4 months at a time. And so I try to get as much as I can because I want to get as much bang for my buck when I have to pay for the shipping from the UK to here. Next up, got some more Ring of Honor. This is Super Card of Honor 2025. Along with Death Before Dishonor 2025. I've been getting these. I love Ring of Honor even still. Their weekly television show sucks. Their pay-per-views are still really, really good. And I cannot wait to see what unfolds with Blake Christian because Blake Christian actually grew up close to here in Jackson, Tennessee, about an hour away from us. And he is actually, I think they're fixing to do some pretty good stuff with him based off some things I've seen. So I'm really, pretty excited about that. But next up, Dark Side of the Ring. This is season 6. I don't think I saw any of this when it was on, so really looking forward to that. Becoming Muhammad Hassan is one of the episodes that intrigues me the most because that gimmick as a whole was insane. Next up, though, to end this, going back to my custom guy for a second, he put out this big notice, and he was like, he used to make the AEW sets where he would put all of the events on one Blu-ray set, charge you like $80 and ship it to you, but that's pretty good for, 8-9 events a year. And he put out a notice and was like, I'm no longer selling AEW. If you message me about AEW, your message will be deleted. I'm assuming maybe there's some kind of, trouble maybe that he got in because they are technically bootlegs. I wish people would just learn to leave shit alone, but that's not the society that we live in. That being said, when he did that, I had not ordered any of the AEW pay-per-views for the year because I always order that year-end set. So it left me kind of scrambling to pick up the pieces, and so I did have to pay a little bit for this one because it was already out of print. But it's AEW Revolution 2025. Again, these go out of print super, super quick. I'm not real sure what their deal is with like the printing of theirs. And these are all Blu-rays, actually, so that's really cool. Double or Nothing. This is now out of print as well. We have Dynasty 2025. And then I actually just literally got this one today, and that is All In Texas. This one just came out like 2 weeks ago when they did, was it All Out in Canada, and within 2 weeks it's already sold out. So again, like basically on release day, you have to just stay on their website, and on release day you have to order their pay-per-views or you're gonna miss out. So
No stack two?
yeah, go ahead with stack 2. Alright, next up we've got the new releases for the month as far as like Walmart pickups and stuff. The first one here is Ballerina on 4K. This is the...
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. This is the John Wick spinoff. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. So we're excited to check it out. We'll see about that one. I'm excited for this one too. I know that these are just, I know that they're beating a dead horse at this point with all that they're doing with these, but I still get excited to check them out. And that's Jurassic World Rebirth. Next up, Megan 2.0. We enjoyed Megan 1 for what it was. It wasn't anything great. We enjoyed it, so excited to check part 2 out. And then I did go ahead and get the new Superman movie. Not a huge, like I've said it 1,000,001 times, not huge on Superman, but there was a lot of people that said a lot of really good things about this movie. So I checked it out. I'm going to check it out. DC is definitely my genre as opposed to Marvel because DC's the one who does Batman. So, and then next up here is Clown in a Cornfield. Looking really forward to checking this one out. I don't know when we'll get around to it, but hopefully soon. For those of you out there that may be wondering to keep or not to keep, we are still doing that series, but literally in the past 3 or 4 weeks, I think it's been like a month since we've done one of those. There are 10 movies over here in a stack. I don't know why I pointed, you guys can't see it. But there's 10 movies in that stack, and I think literally me and Lee together have watched 3 of those. The rest of those have been after work watches, or even some of them during work watches. So we're going to have to catch a break. I thought when Mothershucker ended, we would kind of have a little bit of a break, but we were not as prepared for Scarefest as I thought we were, and it's kind of put us behind with me having to do a lot of extra stuff. So eventually we're going to get there, and we're going to ramp that back up. We've just got to get a few more things watched together. But I did order these. These were really cheap. I don't really know the deal with these, like why they were so cheap. But it is the Batwoman series from the CW. The CW does series correct. They do these superhero series. They do some great ones. So I was excited to check this one out. So there's Batwoman Season 1, Batwoman Season 2, and then Batwoman Season 3. And that 3 is the final season. So pretty short series. I'm excited to check it out. I've never seen it, but I did watch a trailer, and the trailer looks super cool. So I was like, we're going to get those. Next up, getting into a little bit of boutique stuff here. We've got Teen Wolf 2. This is just one that when I was looking at the Scream Factory collection, I didn't actually have this one. I have Teen Wolf, but I didn't have Part 2. I know Part 2 sucks, but I've always kind of found it to be an okay film. Got this one. I don't know. I bought this one for a resale, but I may wind up checking it out myself, and that is The Possessed. The cover really won me over, and then I watched the trailer, so we may check that one out.
On that one, I think.
Next up, Werewolf Among Us. This was, again, a brand new factory sealed Blu-ray that was part of that collection that I bought. It was just another werewolf movie that I didn't have, so I decided we would check it out. Next up, Cutter's Club here from Full Moon. This is this is a Tony Todd film. Look super forward to checking this one out. Don't really know much about it. These Full Moon films I try to jump on. I like Full Moon for the most part. So, and then these, we'll go ahead and do these. So this company, we went to Horror Hound. I fully intended to buy from this company at Horror Hound, and when I got there, they didn't have but one of these. I wanted 2. If you're not going to bring all your films when you're a smaller company like this, and I'm going to have to wind up paying for shipping anyways, I'm just going to order everything. And it is what it is, but like stuff like that ruins me going to Horror Hound because, last year was Vinegar Syndrome was a really big letdown. This year this company was a really big letdown, and it just is what it is. I don't know if the person who owns the company is probably not the one setting up with a booth. It's someone that stuff's been shipped to their house. And they just probably didn't get a shipment of everything. But it just kind of ruins the joy of going to conventions if you're not going to have your entire stock. But it is what it is. I came home and ordered them anyways. From Scream Team Releasing, we have Cannibal Comedian. And then we also have Coffin Tooth from Scream Team releasing. They had Cannibal Comedian at their booth. They did not have Coffin Tooth. And I was like, if you don't have both, I'm just going to go home and order them. So, alright. Don't go anywhere. We're going to do the last stack in just a second. Alrighty. Stack number 3. This is our third and final stack. We're running right through these. Again, this has been a little bit of a bigger collection, but so many of those DVDs on the front end were cheaper, just kind of, titles, and I'm not trying to make it any better. It was still a big collection update, but that stuff is stuff that I didn't spend a lot of money on that I wouldn't normally have bought. After months, and I do legitimately mean months, of waiting for Severin, I think this stuff was ordered in July, which is not as bad as one title that we'll go over in here. But they had their summer sizzler sale, or whatever they call it. So I did order from Severin, and my stuff finally came in. So I did pick up Dark Waters. This is a film by Marino Bieno. I've heard a lot of really good things about this, so we'll check it out and see. From '94, I've never seen it. I'm pretty sure I'd watched this one before, and we didn't love it. I don't know, but there was something. This was like a $7 title, and so I picked back up Death Warmed Up. Some of these titles, because I do have the convention booth, sometimes if I don't love it on a first watch, I'll automatically turn around and sell it because I have so much stuff to get through. But some of these movies that I'm kind of on the fence with sometimes and warrant a rewatch, I don't rewatch them, I just sell them. So I will rewatch that one. Again, it was $7. If I don't like it, it's a good sell for the convention, so it's not a big deal. But one of their brand new releases for the month of the sale was Dead Sleep with Linda Blair. I could see her face but couldn't picture her name. Linda Blair. Don't know much about this one. I think this is more of like a suspense, kind of like thriller almost, rather than a straight up horror film. Did get this one. This was another one I was on the fence on. This is on Tubi. Before I open this, I will go and watch this because I remember this being pretty bad the first time I watched it. But I don't know. There's something about that cover. And again, it was $7, so I was like, we'll try it out again. That is Skinned Deep. This has got Warwick Davis in it from Leprechaun fame. So I don't know. I'll probably check it out on Tubi before I open it and try to watch it again. And then lastly here from Severin, we did get the Feeding Frenzy box set. Was really excited for this. I know Carl, a big shark fan, when he saw this, he was like, I'm going to have to go home and order that. But we do have Night of the Sharks. I haven't opened these. All three are individually wrapped with slips. And then we have Monster Shark, which the guy at Severin, the booth, we actually stopped and talked to him for a second at Horrorland, and he was like, yeah, that movie's not even about a shark. So kind of gave that away to me. Thank you for that. And then lastly is The Shark Hunter. So again, Severin Titles and me have a love-hate relationship. They probably have the smallest collection on my shelf because I sell so many of them. They're not my favorite company, but I do like to support them. And again, their stuff holds its value for what it's worth. So it is what it is. As I've mentioned several times, we did go to Horrorhound. Horrorhound for me this year was a massive miss. Diabolic DVD was not there. I mean, the whole debacle with Scream Team, them not having everything. And so I was like, well, I mean, hell, I drove 6 hours to get here, and all the trials and tribulations to get there, which that's a whole thing in and of itself. But anyways, I was just trying to go to the Cracker Barrel. For those of you who know the story, that'll hold more meaning. But anyways, we got there and I was like, I'm going to buy something, so I wound up going to the one company that I buy from all the time anyways, and that's Orbit DVD. And they actually did have good stuff, so it was what it was. But I did upgrade to the Critters box set from Arrow. The one from Scream Factory, it's in a box, but it's kind of bare bones. And I've always really wanted this one ever since they released it just earlier this year, or it might have been late last year. I think this was a December 2024 release. I wanted it. The artwork on this one is much better. Not only the box art, but the cover art on the discs and everything is much better than the Scream Factory. And ultimately, I like Arrow more. And so I did pick these up. I will be selling the Scream Factory box set. And this one comes with a booklet. I don't read, very much at all, if ever. But I do thumb through these and look at the pictures. And look at the pictures.
How many times have we bought the Critter sets?
Only once. I've only got the Scream Factory, is the only one I've had.
Yeah, but before that, didn't we have them all individually?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. They've never been released on Blu-ray individually.
Okay. We had them on DVD?
No. You're probably thinking because we went through the DVDs the other day and they were in part of that collection that I bought. But no, I've honestly never had the Critters prior to the Scream Factory set.
Okay.
Next up here, this still has the price tag on it. This was $65, but $65 well spent for The Guest. This movie is amazing. If you guys have never seen this, this is not really a horror film as much as it is more like a psychological thriller almost. Absolutely love this movie. And before I really understood and knew what Second Sight was, this was gone and out of print. And Mark from Orbit actually told me that their distributor had just found a couple of copies of these laying around the warehouse and they snagged them up. This easily goes for like $100, $110 on eBay, and so $65 for it. I was like, okay, I will grab it, especially considering I wasn't grabbing anything else. So can't wait to watch that one. I think Lee may actually enjoy that one too. It's actually really, really good.
And for $65, we might as well get our money's worth.
Next up, this was went out of print on Vinegar Syndrome pretty much instantly, and so I did pick it up from Orbit, and it is You're So Cool, Brewster, the story of Fright Night 1 and 2. This is a 2-disc set. This went out of print, like I said, almost instantly. I'm not a huge documentary guy. I may watch this and I may leave it sealed and sell it. I'm not sure, but it is part of the collection update for now. Next up, The Resurrected. If you guys will remember, last month I bought this as a Scream Factory Blu-ray. I was going to sell it. I heard a lot of really good things. I'd never seen it. I watched the trailer, watched some reviews. Everyone was raving about this. And so I added it in my collection, put it in the collection update. And then Vinegar Syndrome said, oh, wait, don't open that. Go ahead and sell it because we're releasing a 4K. And so I picked this one up for the 4K. The Resurrected Blu-ray went back in convention stock. So excited to check that one out. Planet CHH has already reviewed that one, and he was like, I've never seen this, but this is a 90s gem. So that makes me really excited to check it out. They released box set number 1 last month. This is box set number 2, and I think these are the only 2 box sets we're going to get because it kind of completes his face on the spine. So unless they do something different, but this is the Larry Fessenden collection. This is Wendigo and the Last Winter. Again, I said it last month, Larry Fessenden stuff is kind of an acquired taste. I may or may not like these, but again, the good thing with these is Vinegar Syndrome somewhat holds its value. So if I don't like them and I go to resell them, I'm not going to have to take a huge loss on those. Next up, kind of cover some of this. I don't think we'll get in trouble. They're clothed, but just to ensure that we don't. This is the Vice Academy 1 through 6. So this is more of a based off kind of like what Eric told me. He said these are almost like a more adult
version of Police Academy.
Yeah, almost like a 90s sex comedy, if you guys remember those. Like there was a lot of those, like Bikini Car Wash, stuff like that. I know sex comedy kind of carries like a strong meaning, but it's not what you would think it is. It's just more so like a late night comedy that would come on that's definitely not for children, and it may have a little bit more nudity or a little bit more of an adult theme to it. But this was part 1 through 6. They had only ever released a box set of like 1 through 3 prior. I didn't have that box. So when I saw 1 through 6, I was like, okay, that's not bad for the price, and I figured we would get them. Again, we'll check them out. If we don't like them, we have the perfect way to sell them. I'm not going to show the cover again. We'll just do Vice Academy 1 through 6 there. I think these are just Blu-ray. I don't think that's a 4K. And then next up here, we're down to the last 2 from Vinegar Syndrome. This is gang related. This stars Tupac and Belushi, James Belushi. I don't know. I watched the trailer for this, and this actually looked really, really good. I've never seen it. Tupac, before his untimely death, was in several films, and so for the most part, I like what he was in because he did films that had meaning. They had good scripts and good writing. He wasn't necessarily the best actor, but the films he were in overall were pretty good. And he always pretty much had a cast that surrounded him that made the film better and kind of picked up on his shortcomings. And I'm hoping that this one is the same way. So this is from the Cinematograph line. I don't have very many of these. The ones that I have picked up, we've thoroughly enjoyed. And so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I hope it's good. And then lastly, right here to end the collection update for this month, I think this has been ordered since like March of this year, and that is Arbor Day from Terror Vision. Absolutely love Terror Vision, and I just wish they could get stuff out on time. We have spoken with Ryan at multiple shows. I like Ryan. Ryan can be an asshole, and I think that's just kind of his dry sense of humor, but he's a super nice guy. And I always love talking to him at cons and stuff. And, you know, it's hard for them to get stuff out on time, as small as they are, and when they are looked at as being small, if that makes sense. They're trying to grow. They're trying to become bigger. But all these distributors and stuff are pushing them to the back of the line, and it's just screwing up everything. And then everyone badmouths them because they're like, well, this was supposed to be released 6 months ago and it's still not out. Like, there's a lot of back workings behind that from what he has told us. And I mean, it's not just us. I mean, he's very open about it on their YouTube channel and everything else. So I'd cut him some slack. You know, I mean, they've got the 13 weeks of Halloween going on right now. And I mean, they've released some great stuff through that. But let's be honest, it's probably going to be after the first of the year before we see it. But again, I mean, if you're being pushed to the back of the line to have your discs pressed because Vinegar Syndrome needs theirs for the first of the month, it's kind of hard to fix those issues. So regardless, though, I love Terror Vision. They probably, more than likely, they are like up neck and neck with Arrow for my release company of the year. So absolutely love them and cannot wait to check out Arbor Day. I have seen some people already getting Sledgehammer. That's pre-ordered, so hopefully that'll be in just a couple of maybe a week or so. And that'll be ready for the next month's collection update for October. So that's going to complete it for us this month. Like I said, it's a pretty big one. There was a lot of wrestling that I've been waiting on for a couple months to come from overseas. So that was a big bulk. And then again, those Screen Media DVDs that we didn't get very much for. But there was a lot of more expensive stuff too from Horror Hound and the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So a good mix of stuff this month, I feel like. And we've got several things. I mean, we've always got a lot to watch, but like Ballerina and stuff like that, there are several things in here that's not just pure horror that Lee will be into watching as well. So anyways, next week we will pick back up with the Halloween series we've been doing. I believe next week is Vampires, so that'll be a fun episode. In a couple weeks' time, we will be in Lexington, Kentucky for Scarefest. That is October the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Mark those calendars. Go grab you some tickets and come and see us. It's the biggest convention of the year. That is a phenomenal convention that Brandon puts on there in Lexington. And we can't wait to see everybody. We've got 3 big booths, so 30 feet of physical media coming at you for that show. We've also got brand new shirts. I think we've got 16 brand new designs that Scarefest has never seen before. So, going to be a great weekend. Make sure that you mark those calendars. Come out and see us. Come grab you a copy of Mothershucker 2. It is finished, and we're just waiting on discs to arrive. But come grab you a copy of that. Grab you a copy of Twisted Gables. That is another. We've taken it around for the year, but the fans there at Scarefest, this will be the first time you're seeing it. So come do that, and then always show Mothershucker some love because we still have Mothershucker 1 also. So make sure that you do that. Follow us on all the social medias down below. Like this video. Hit the bell notification so that you can tell next week when that vampire episode is uploaded. And we will catch you next time on a brand new episode of Welcome to Horrorland.